Day 196. It's been a long day. I'm very tired, and I actually held off on the caffeine. Low key, I need to get my shit together, but I want to talk about what I'm actually doing. So today has been a long day. I've been pretty much coding all day, and then I realized this shit is taking me way too long, and so that was a reminder for me to think, what are the processes that I can really speed up, and what can I do to make sure I'm delivering upon my automations, upon my services a lot faster than what I'm doing right now. So that's pretty much what I've been doing the past hour or two, just figuring out, okay, what's the most optimal way for me to go about this. And, I've come up, the current solution is I need to employ just one agent and then develop, assemble some skills for the agent to follow so that it can work a lot more autonomously and a lot faster. I need to set up the codecs and make sure the handoff protocol is working. On the other hand, I think I've been too caught up in just coding and producing these workflows that I have not actually taken the time to just step back and think about the bigger picture. And I think that's something I need to do more, and I'm going to start doing from here on out. I did it today, where I took time to just look at my process, look at the bigger picture, and understand what really are the most important next steps. And doing that helped me to realize that, okay, this is taking way too fucking long. I should be producing and delivering these things way faster. And that the current bottleneck, if I look at the list of bottlenecks that I have, obviously the main bottleneck, the ultimate bottleneck that will happen, or that I will come across in a long, long time, maybe a few months, maybe a year or so, is that I'm just a solo founder and solo developer, and it limits my human labor to what I can do and how much time I have. And so no matter how much I can automate for my own work, no matter how fast my processes can be, there's a point where I'm capped out in my human labor, and that having more capital and having more automations and optimization is not going to provide as much value. I'm going to get diminished returns, whereas I can get more value from actually having more people. But right now, obviously, there's no point in having more people. The main bottleneck is, as of right now, is just the speed of my deliverability. And you can see how red my eye is. I don't have an STD or herpes, but it's taking way too long. And so we're just really trying to optimize right now. I think that's the main goal. I think that's the main priority right now, is optimize, because there's no point in me trying to produce using really shit, bloated or slow methods. Whereas if I just try to optimize now that I have experience, it's easier for me to optimize because I actually know what to look for and what I should be expecting. And now that you've seen my red eyes, let me save my eyes from more strain. Yeah. So that's like a huge unlock for me, is really optimizing my own processes, my own workflows, and my production of workflows. That is the major unlock right now. That would actually get me to the point where I can confidently just go out there and sell my services. So I'm going to focus on that, and I'm also going to focus on my current case studies. I don't care if they bail on me. I will find someone else. There's always plenty of other users that I can find and really get more feedback on, especially if my processes of assembling workflows and doing all that is a lot more streamlined, a lot faster. I don't have to worry about if I lose these case studies and they get sick of me not delivering, so be it. I can find someone else because I know that I can deliver a lot faster now. It's just another L in you could just call it a grain of sand, really. There's a lot of sand, and it's only one grain, so who cares? There's a lot more L's coming my way. On the topic of getting my shit together, my sleep's been bad, my diet has been bad. Last week, I did not train. I worked out like 3 times that week. I didn't hit my quota for the number of sets I need to do. Yes, in the grand scheme of things, it's just 1 week, but these things kind of add up. Which means if I continually, once or twice a month, have a week where I don't do enough in my training, and in my health as well, my diet and my sleep, that adds up. So I really want to go to sleep early. I want to eat better, and I want to train more and actually get some vitamin D. I knew that last week was going to be a tough or a long week of just mostly coding and all that, but hey, it is what it is. We're getting closer. It doesn't feel that way right now that I'm making any progress. It honestly feels like I'm taking no steps forward, but in reality, I kind of am. It feels really intangible, and it feels so insignificant, the steps I've been making, because they kind of are really small, but they're necessary steps, and they're steps nonetheless. And it does not discount the fact that taking these small steps were not only just necessary, but they took a lot of effort and they took a lot of experience to understand. And now that that's out of the way, it kind of makes room for the big major steps that I need to make. I have in my head roughly the vision for when I need these things done, and it's not really set in stone, but in my head it kind of is. The same way that I have a vision for not just some small 5-figure agency, but something more than that. And there's always even an opportunity for me to branch off into a product. Oh, I thought about this before, but this is low-key shiny object syndrome. But if I ever wanted to have my own startup, that this agency can serve as a revenue center for helping to fund that, and also helping to get the expertise. But less on that. Who cares about that? Let's focus on what we can do now. And what we can do now is go to bed. So I'm going to do that. Good night. God bless you all.